What up? Two sickies on the way to the gym.
Stop it, Mom.
What are we doing today? Shoulders?
Shoulders.
I'm gonna hit up some
per
shoulders.
request.
Per request.
Sure.
Because if I only get one request, we do it.
That's right.
I'm not doing it.
Are you gonna go to the gym? Gonna make muscles?
Show me your muscles, Buzz.
Yeah. Meathead in the making. See you in there.
Muscles.
Hey guys, welcome to our couples shoulder day. It was filmed on Saturday. And also, before I start really, giving you the details of our shoulder day, let me know what you think about my new intro. My husband got me 2 of them. There's little templates online, I guess. So in my next video, I'll post the other intro, and then hopefully eventually I'll get my own little like logo thing going and have like a better, more formal type intro. But anyway, so we started with this dumbbell shoulder press. I always start with this. I really like it. It's kind of hard to get into after doing, other types of things. I found that it's better to do, like dumbbell flies, like the lateral flies, just because it's kind of taxing and kind of fatigues your muscle and it makes it harder to do the pressing movements. So I try and do the pressing movements first. We also do a shoulder press on the Smith machine, which you'll see later, but everybody was on the Smith machine, so it was hard to get to. So you just kind of be flexible and improvise. So what we did was the shoulder press, and we supersetted lateral raises. And I normally do a like pyramid type workout, start with 10s, 15s, go back to 10s and 5s, and I might do that a couple of times, getting at least, 10 to 15 reps. Just really, it's like my rep day, my shoulder day is, because I feel like I can't go super heavy with shoulders, and so I need to increase my intensity through the reps, and that's just a little fun I was having in the gym. I always act like a dork when I have, my husband around, because I just don't care. I generally don't flex like that when I'm alone. So here he is, doing the same thing. And what else? Oh, so as far as other workouts for shoulders, I try and do a couple lateral delts, the mid delt, and I also try and do a couple of rear delt exercises. I did one that my husband does most of the time. It's really hard for me to feel. I guess I'm still kind of new at working my rear delt and figuring out what works for me. I find that when I'm new to working out a muscle group and really trying to focus on it, it's hard to feel the pump in that area. It's hard to feel like I'm working that area, and the other dominant muscles tend to take over. So I'm just going to try and be optimistic and continue to work it and see if it shows any, gains, any progress in my rear delt. And if it doesn't, I'll just have to try and figure something else out, or, do some different exercises, or increase the weight, or just like check my, my stance, or, just whatever. So here is one of the exercises I was talking about. I don't know, and it's hard to play around with the weight. I always start with a lighter weight when I first do new exercises, so I can get the feel of it, like what exactly I'm doing, my form and everything, and then I increase the weight as I feel more comfortable, because you don't want to just jump to a certain weight and be doing it the wrong way. But here he is doing it. He likes to have a little bit of a swing at the bottom because he feels like he can have more of a contraction at the top, so I don't know, that's just preference. Typically, I wouldn't think swinging would be good. It's kind of like a cheat. You see people do it with even bicep curls and things like that. So it serves its purpose in certain exercises. Just do what you need to do for your own goals and what you feel works best for you. There's not necessarily, there's lots of wrong ways to do things, but anyways, I won't get into that. So those were face pulls that I missed there. These are the lateral, horizontal. It's horizontal abduction is the movement of what I'm doing, but it works the rear delt as do the face pulls. If I could speak English, that would be so awesome. You want to sit with me? I have a little son with me right now doing this voiceover. So I like to do the horizontal abduction because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it kind of works and doesn't, my arm's straight, so I'm not working too much of my bicep into it like I do with the face pulls. And see, when I'm flexing here, I feel like I do have a little bit of a pump in my rear delt. I don't feel like it always looks like that. That looks pretty good to me. So, I don't know. Something's working. I'm not really sure what, but I'm going to keep at it. So, here's our Smith machine press. I was kind of guilty of not keeping my intensity up with these until I worked out with my husband like a few weeks ago, and he was like, you used to push it so much harder, and so I was like, okay. What my husband hasn't learned is that complimenting me is not motivational, but telling me stuff like, you used to work it harder, that's like, sometimes the negative feedback is more motivating to me than the positive feedback, but I guess that goes into other things and the types of personality that you might have or whatever. I don't know, it just works for me. So here I am pumping it out. This wasn't necessarily easy for me. Kind of got in a couple of grunts for the last few reps, but it just doesn't matter, you guys. If you just do what you need to do, if you need to act like a freak, then whatever, right? So let's see. I think, oh no, we have more sets after this too. I did some lateral cable raises, just to kind of switch it up from the dumbbell after this. Did it. And being sick too, I feel weaker, but I really try and keep the same weight when I'm sick because, I don't know, mind over matter. So here's some lateral raises. I don't know if my husband generally does this cable work. He doesn't do the face pulls because he doesn't like that for rear delts. He doesn't like the horizontal abduction with the cables like I was doing. So it's just preference, what you like to do. Sometimes we'll split off for, you know, an exercise and do a few sets apart, and then we'll come back together for something else. You don't have to do exactly what your gym partner does, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure with gym partners to do exactly the same thing, and then it throws you off your schedule, which is why I don't have any gym partners. Stop, Fuzzy. Yeah, I guess this is it. This is the end of the road. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a pretty typical shoulder workout for me, and I will see you next video.